We are the Nerdy Turtle Network.
Hello, and welcome to Powers on Payroll here on the Turtle Network. I'll be your GM for the day, Jason, and with me as usual will be Marigold as the Boogeyman.
Thank you for joining us.
Curtis as the Influencer.
Hola.
Mike as Whippet.
Again.
And Taylor as Skaterboy.
Howdy.
Now, who remembers what happened last week? Or last session, rather.
We fought Majestic 13.
Skater Boy had an absolute blast using a Magitech ray gun to make people very, very big. So it was basically a giant robot fighting the equivalent of toddlers instead of ants.
That's pretty right. Excuse me. Let's see, I believe at one point we had Giant Boogeyman, Giant Influencer. Who else did we giant up? Giant Tomcat.
The commander.
Oh yeah, the commander. Seems like he ran out of people to embiggen and finally embiggened himself.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But Majestic 13 was attacking what turned out to be a Pantheon base on the dock. Well, kind of up under the dock. Some of it was up under the water. You guys and all the friends you went bowling with and the Detroit Defenders were all there. Skater Boy figured out pretty quick that the rush was not the same rush he had seen before. The last y'all were aware of the rush, Catalyst had kind of partially disintegrated him. But now it sounds like a completely different guy up under the costume. Clearly the same power set, completely different guy. But you managed to rescue some people from drowning. It was a bit of a brawl, but you managed to take down the Majestic 13 robot. Spear showed him and was arresting people. And I believe we wrapped up with all the power in Detroit going off.
That's right. That's the part I forgot.
At least all the lights you could see from the dock had gone out. Now, motor vehicles are still moving around like normal. If you pull out your comms, they're still working. So it's not like an EMP that just wiped out anything electronic. Detroit's just gone dark.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I want to say Carol had already told you she had sent the flyer your way. Either while y'all were fighting or maybe when y'all were on the way to the fight. I don't remember for sure.
On the way to the fight.
Okay. It was not, what was his name? Was it Daniel or Daryl? What was the...
Daryl. Pretty sure it was Daryl.
You are
Daryl
probably right.
Yes, Daryl Dobbs.
Yeah, Daniel is our ombudsman. Daryl is the pilot.
Okay. So Daryl was incoming, and was not going to get involved in the fight. Y'all's flyer is not a combat vehicle. But he was basically circling the area, So he comes in and picks you up. As you get up into the air, you can see one building in the distance that is glowing with a golden light.
I think that's going to be our destination.
What building is it?
Daryl's not sure. He's sending the info to Carol. Now, he was already up in the air when this happened. So he said, yeah, just as soon as, the lights going down and that building starting to glow happened all at once.
Was the building always there, is my question.
Oh, man, if I thought about that, it might not have been. But yes. Yes, it was just a building in the skyline. As y'all are flying across town, Carol gets back on the phone or on the comms with you. Tells you that building belongs to the one of those places that has a habit of buying up other places and then loading them down with debt. Equity firm?
BlackRock? Yep. Equity.
Yeah, private equity.
Private equity.
Yeah. Private equity. That was the word I was looking for. I can remember the equity, but not what
Also,
before.
boo.
Oh yes. There's a reason the bad guys are set up there. But yeah, the Wayland Watts public equity. Which is not a company that has been on y'all's radar in any shape, form, or fashion. Carol tells you she's digging into the background to try to see what in the world could be going on. As y'all fly up, you can see all sorts of high-tech looking equipment on the roof of the building. Give me perception checks if you want to.
Would I be able to add in my technology or science roll to this?
I'll let you throw in technology.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Where is my blank utility character sheet? Ouch. Difficulty's an 11.
That's 15 for me.
So that is a 6 for Skater Boy, a 7 for Whippet, 15 for Boogeyman, as mentioned. Influencer.
Which one are we rolling? Awareness?
Awareness. Did I say perception earlier? I might have. Alright, so that is a 6.
Influencer is so aware.
He's super aware. So, all of you, you see, okay, clearly it's high-tech equipment. There's people moving around, but you can't make out any details. Boogeyman, you can tell some of the equipment is probably what is projecting that golden glow is some sort of energy field around the building. And some of it's a series of smaller pieces of equipment that seem to be responsible for that. Where the big thing in the middle has got like your typical kind of big radar dish, radar dish looking thing on it. And you don't know what it is. You suspect it would be used to broadcast maybe some kind of signal, maybe just some sort of energy.
Boogie's gonna lean out the side door of the flyer and just throw an empty egg at it, at the building. See what happens.
Okay. So Daryl is flying in kind of close. So yeah, you throw it, egg bounces off of it.
Just bounces, it doesn't disintegrate or anything.
No, shield gives no reaction to it because it's an empty plastic egg. It's not like you were hitting it with a bullet or something. But no, the egg does not disintegrate or seem to get melted or anything like that.
Well, not the worst thing, but still.
Daryl's like, so where do y'all want me to put down?
Good question.
I suppose in front of the main entrance.
All right. So he lands down in the front of the building. Police are already showing up and starting to set up barricades to keep people back. The officer in charge of the thing seems relieved as soon as he sees you climbing out. He seems relieved and comes jogging up to you.
Has there been any word from anybody inside?
No, sir. There's been no calls out. Nobody's. We're calling the telephone number, or some of the numbers for the building for the company. We're not getting any answer. We haven't seen anybody leave or try to leave. A couple of the guys have.
It is a regular business day today.
Beg pardon?
It is a regular business day today. Is that correct?
I forget what night it was when y'all went out bowling. But you went bowling in the evening and then you immediately had to fight the robot. So it's it's maybe 10 o'clock at night now. And it may have been a Friday night y'all were doing this. I seem to recall Tomcat making some crack about not having anything better to do on a Friday night. But yeah, the officer says, nobody's been in, nobody's been out. One of the guys went up and touched the field. And said it felt kind of. It's like he said it felt kind of like static electricity pushing against it. We haven't tried punching it or shooting it or anything though.
So possibly reacts to however much force is applied to it. So
yeah, officer just shrugs. It didn't disintegrate his hand, so there was that at least.
Yeah. Boogie's just gonna take out his phone and look up the phone number for the front desk of the what was it, the Wayland
Watts Public Equity.
Yeah, Wayland Watts Public Equity, and just look up the phone number for the front office and just give it a call, see if anybody's in there.
Okay. You call it, it keeps going, it asks you to wait, it tells you your call is very important to them.
Did we get the cell number of anybody that's in there?
Yeah, the officer in charge isn't knowing anything, he doesn't have anybody's personal numbers. They're trying to find a list of employees or something now.
What about somebody at Futuro? Could they hack in to find, some CEOs or somebody's cell phone that should be inside?
Carol can get somebody working on that. I don't know about hacking, but look at poking around.
Right.
They are on battery backup. Or battery backup. They have generators for the actual base area. Now everything below the base, the just typical business stuff in the building, yeah, they're out of power. Emergency lights are on, but people are using stairs and stuff.
Oh, did Offerman ever get it to Futuro?
Yes, he has made it.
Because Carol said he was on the way. Okay.
Yeah, he has made it.
And I'm assuming I have not had a chance to hand off my thumb drive.
No. You retrieved it out of the
What I
robot
downloaded
eventually.
to- Yeah.
But you have not had a chance to hand it off. Don't forget, all your buddies are with you. The Detroit Defenders are there.
Does the
Oh.
mind... Does he sense anyone inside?
The Thought?
Yes, the thought.
Let's see. One moment, as I find some notes that I forgot to open ahead of time. Nope, that's the notes for next season. Okay, that's the notes just on the Detroit Defenders. All right, so yes, the Thought. All right. All right, so you walk over, you ask him. He turns, looks at the commander. She gives him a nod. And he tells you, I've been trying to scan the building for thoughts since we got here, and I'm not detecting anything. But I'm not sure if that means it's empty or if the shield is just stopping me. I don't understand what the nature of the shield is.
What about Earth Mother? Is she with us?
Yes, yeah, all your buddies are with you. Some of them rode in,
Can she-
in with you. Some of them flew under their own
Yeah.
power.
Can she tunnel underneath?
She's like, yeah, I mean, I can definitely dig underneath it. I don't know, if the shield circles around underneath it.
Right.
Then,
Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah, I knew she could tunnel, but it's like, will it get her under the shield?
She's willing to experiment. Just make sure the cops don't get upset about her making a hole in the ground, or a hole in the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, just watch for any gas mains.
I'm just assuming that considering what's going on, they're going to be less concerned about holes in the sidewalk.
The police officer kind of repeats what Boogeyman just said. Watch out for gas mains and stuff, but this looks like it's going to be a pretty big deal. So we have to, if the city has to fix a hole, it just has to fix a hole. So she walks around for a minute, looking at the ground like she's x-raying it or something. And she finally finds a spot she seems to be happy with. So the ground starts opening up under her. It's like there's right where she's standing, there's like a little disc of dirt that just stays there, and then the rest of the ground retreats from it, opening up into a hole. She tells y'all she'll be right back. Drops down.
While she's doing that, Boogeyman's gonna jump back over to the flyer and see if he can't reboot M7 real quick.
Okay. Yeah, because she was stunned, I think.
Mm-hmm.
KO'd with a stun. So yeah, you get her up and going fine.
Okay.
She sits and looks around.
Well,
what happened?
What was the last thing you remember?
Was M13 falling on us?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're all up to date.
Yeah, it's like I don't remember him hitting us, but I remember him starting to tilt over.
Yeah, we went underwater. It was scary, but we're alive, so yay. Also, everybody, we won the fight. Power's off in the entire city, except for a building owned by Wayland Watts, private equity, and he just points to the giant glowing building outside. It's doing that. We don't like that.
Oh no, that does not look good. Though why does the name Waylon Watts sound familiar to me?
Because like chances are that's Professor Prometheus, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Or that's not. Hold on, time out. Sorry, I forgot. What was the real name of Catalyst?
Not Waylon
Not
Watts.
Waylon Watts. Okay.
It was something Greek. He was like a rich, which I found out about his background was he was a rich Greek guy that lived on an island like just off the mainland. Where did I write it down at?
Yeah. If I had to guess, Waylon Watts is going to be like either his name or the name of like a shell name that he uses for stuff.
She goes, maybe. It seems like a name that I've heard somewhere. I put Catalyst's name in the Discord for anybody interested. I shall be referring to him as Catalyst. She's like, oh, maybe it'll come to me. And it might have just been some paperwork. And while y'all been talking, Mr. Manhattan's been over there looking at the energy field and kind of touching it. You see him give it a punch. And when he hits it, it's like his fist gets thrown back. He takes like a half step stumble back. And nods his head like maybe like he was kind of expecting it.
Equal and opposite force.
Close to it, at least. Might be a little bit stronger, might be a little bit weaker. You know, I can't tell with that degree of accuracy. That was against physical force. I'm betting it will work against energy as well, though.
I'd rather try to avoid any serious projectile force against it just yet.
Do you guys like want me to cheat it?
What do you mean cheat it?
Also,
Like a short range teleportation. See if you can just like bypass it.
we can try.
I would suggest transporting an inanimate object before we send a person.
Agreed.
I will attempt to make a rank 1 gadget.
Okay. Let me roll the difficulty for your rank 1 gadget. Two is the number you need to beat. I think maybe you can do it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so you cobble together some sort of,
yeah,
point and click teleporter or something.
I pull out the the Pop Step Pro personal teleportation device. It's just a little pad that goes on the ground, and you can just put an object and teleport it about like 50 feet in any direction.
Was this something you invented when you were, or that Skater Boy invented when he was smart, or was this something an ex-girlfriend left him?
I invented this to like replace pneumatic tubes in banks and stuff, but they were like not super interested with how expensive it would be in comparison to like the pneumatic stuff. And I also thought like really shouldn't let everybody have this because this like could teleport you into a bank vault. So it's like not the best for everybody. I'll set it down and just like reach in and pull out a baseball and see if I just teleport a baseball with
All right.
rank 1 teleportation past the shield.
All right, so give me a roll. So D6 plus the rank of the power versus the shield rank.
All right.
15 is the number to beat.
5.
The ball disappears. There's an odd ripple in the force shield, and then you just hear the sound of an impact back behind you. And you see where it's like the ball has struck the wall of the building behind you. And have you ever seen a baseball fly apart? You know, where somebody hit it hard enough, or whatever. It's like that. You just see the bits of a ruined baseball falling down from where it smacked into the stone wall of the building across the street. Apparently, teleportation equates to a lot of force.
Maybe it just needs a little bit more power. Could we work together to improve the Pop Step Pro?
Like, not without it being like a pretty, like, it was made to be small and like low power on purpose, so like it would take a lot of effort. I bet like we could make someone strong enough to punch through it before we could make a pop step more powerful.
We probably could, but I'm worried if we do that, then the backlash might take out a city block. How's Earth Mother doing?
She has not come back out yet. While y'all are waiting, Manhattan tells you he's got an idea. He wants to try something.
Oh.
He has Miss Manhattan stand on one side, and then he stands a bit on the other. They're both kind of turned at angles. And then he has her fire her eye beams into the shield. Not at full strength, just probing it first. But as they strike the shield, they bounce off at an angle. Clearly an angle he predicted. And they hit him, and, he's an energy absorber. So once they've got the angle mapped out, he has her try hitting it with more force, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Other than reflecting the beam, but he's blocking and catching that. So he just sort of shrugs at you after it doesn't work. Oh well. Wanted to test the theory. Didn't really think it would work. But... Influencer, at some point, you hear a couple of cops react, and you hear a whirling noise behind you.
Uh-oh. I turn around, obviously.
There's a little flying drone there. It's got a Futuro logo on the side. And there is a package dangling underneath it.
I will accept the package. This is like mail call on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
So, it's a little crab claw. When you put your hands on the box, it lets go of the box. You hear Offerman's voice come over your private line.
Uh-huh.
Influencer, the drone's notified me that it's arrived. This is a new piece of equipment for you. Do you have your flash drive?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. As he says excellent, a little port on the front of the drone opens up, and you see there's like a plug where you could plug the flash drive in.
All right.
Go ahead and plug it into the drone. It'll relay the information back, or it'll bring the information back.
Sure.
Just give it a minute, and then the drive will be ready to use again. Meanwhile, if you open the box, there's a set. It looks almost like some of those old 80s mirror shades. it's about that size, and they're not as super reflective. It's more of a blue tint. Matches your uniform.
Hey,
Go ahead and put these on.
what do they do?
Well, they're very high. They're kind of like very high end smart glasses. They'll record what's going on. They have some scanning functions that will go on with us. It's got facial recognition, so once you get into the building, anything you see should be useful.
Excellent.
Oh, and the green one's left off.
I will obviously put them on.
Mm-hmm.
And when you put them on, there's little lights up. It's a little HUD. It goes through some sort of little startup, and then you see like a little display of the outside temperature and the barometric pressure, and really more information than you need floating in front of your eyes. But it only stays there for a little bit. Offerman tells you, anything you saw up there. If you want to see it in the future, just sort of focus your eyes in that area, and the lenses will pick up and then display the information that was there.
Okay.
They gave him pervert glasses.
But for justice.
Perverts for justice.
The PFJ. And by the time all that's done, the drone beeps, and you hear off. All right, the drive should be ready. You can retrieve it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you pull that
armed and
out,
ready.
and it goes up. From what Carol tells me, she's been looking into the Wayland Watts private equity, and on paper they look like a fairly typical private equity firm. She's suspicious. She says they look a little too generic, a little too just standard. And she's having a hard time finding information on any of the actual owners. Like she's getting names and like places they live, but can't really. Either it's somebody that's hidden their identities fairly well, or they're just a bunch of cover identities. She's not sure which. And it's up to you, Curtis, as to how much of this the influencer is relaying.
I I'll relay everything.
Okay. He also tells you to be sure to use the drive when you get inside. They're very interested in whatever technology is being used here. The force shield tech is incredibly impressive. And it can be very useful for defensive applications. Though he supposes if it's taking the entire Detroit electrical grid, it may not be practical, but or maybe the grid was shut down for some other reason. He'll leave that to you superheroes to figure out. But you can hear him and probably the investors. You can imagine their mouths salivating at the idea of this technology. But once you retrieve the drive, though, the drone flies off.
Now we just need a way inside.
Boogeyman just gonna stare down the hole where Earth Mother made and just shout, "You okay?"
You think you hear somebody say something, but it's echoey and far away. But a minute later, she comes floating back about.
Find anything fun?
Yeah, the shield goes down pretty far, but it doesn't loop up under. I can get us in. Interestingly, it also doesn't sever any of the power, power, water, gas, none of that stuff. Sewage, none of that got severed.
Oh, thank God, no poo water. Okay.
She's like, yes. The commander overhears this because y'all are all just standing around, in a huddle basically. She's like, well, that probably means this force shield wasn't just thrown up randomly. This wasn't just a sudden I picked this building to throw something on top of. He must have had mapped out where all the pipes were.
Oh God, I hate how much I want to just sit down and talk with this guy over some coffee.
As long as he's behind bars while they're having this coffee, that's fine.
Yeah, maybe we can arrange that. All right. I suppose everybody who wants to go in, let's go in.
So a whole mess of superheroes starts piling into this hole. The police officers assure you they will keep people back and eagerly await your return.
So, with all of us shuffling in, do we want to keep someone on the outside in case this is a big old super trap?
Honestly, I'm gonna say not because I don't trust them at all. I'm gonna ask, hey, do the Detroit Defenders want to hang back here just in case something pops off outside? Because I don't want every single superhero in this city to be inside the possible death trap.
Oh, unless you guys are owned by Waylon Watt's personal equity in some way.
Commander's like, oh no, nothing like that. I'm just wondering if it wouldn't be better for us to go in and for you to hang around outside. Give me a willpower roll there, boogeyman.
And
Let's see how convincing you are.
oh, that's a 7.
But the commander only got a 6. So reluctantly, she agrees. But she only agrees to leave her people outside. She's going in.
Absolutely fair.
Her thing is she's the most durable of her people, so.
Better shot at surviving whatever's inside compared to, say...
Yeah, if they blow the building up, she figures she's got a decent chance of surviving that.
Mm-hmm.
So she rattles off orders, she puts the Thought in charge. She basically has them kind of not split up like they get far away, but kind of spread out, in and amongst the police line encircling the building. And then she goes in with the rest of you.
Once we're in that tunnel and a little away from out of earshot of the team, I definitely want to talk to the commander real quick.
Okay.
Oh, so is OG Rush okay?
What do you mean?
Well, like the rush that you like currently have, his like entire vocal range is like different. And not in like a stomata, like I can tell it's the same guy, but like a device has been altered. It sounds like just like a different guy. And like if that's a private thing and you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. I just wanted to know if like he's okay.
Hmm. Okay would be overstretching it. He is alive, but is unlikely to ever return to duty. Uh,
Like sorry to hear that.
but thank you. I do appreciate that. But it's a dangerous job we do. So y'all drop down quite a ways. Clearly, the building's got a few sub basements. You kind of, Earth Mother on a Earth platform carries anybody that can't fly, and then the flyers, can follow down themselves. You go quite a ways down. It's very dark, especially with it being night outside anyway. Then the tunnel levels out, and you walk in for a ways until you get up to this little area that she's cleared out the dirt. You can see the bottom of the concrete floor. She's like, hang on a minute. Concrete's always a little difficult. You just kind of have to grab the limestone that's in there and brute force it. And there's crumbling and dust falls as she kind of tears out a chunk of the concrete and sets it to the side. You hear it set to the side up in the sub basement. All right, she steps back. One of you bulletproof people want to go first?
Boogeyman's basically bulletproof.
At the fact she said that, I tossed down the spray on knee pads party edition.
Yay!
And that's rank 6, right?
Rank 5.
Not rank 5. And y'all are crowded in closer together that it gets everybody. So the commander volunteers to go up first. She lifts up inside, and you hear her call back down. Clear.
We'll go on up.
So y'all all climb up, into this into the building. Looking around, this looks like what would be in the sub basement? I guess this would be there. They would be storing a lot of stuff. Boogeyman, you recognize a lot of engineering equipment, electronic engineering, electrical components, workbenches. Not workbenches set up like they're ready to be used, but like they're being stored.
Mhm.
In fact, nothing down here looks like it's been used yet. This all looks like it's probably backups or extras or whatever. Well, I guess that's the same thing. But most of it's under plastic tarps.
Looks like my storage unit, but nicer.
And not dusty. It's like something's keeping, somebody is keeping it clean down here.
Mhm. Is there anything unusually high end that I find poking around?
Well, none of this is the cheap stuff.
Mhm.
You definitely see some stuff that'd be useful in robotic, would have robotics applications, fabrication. In fact, some of this is almost identical to what you found in that empty Sears building that the Majestics were setting a base up in. Like pretty much look the same make and model even.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. I'm there, right?
Yes, everybody is in here.
And I'm not seeing anything that looks like worthy of downloading yet, correct? I know
No,
we're
not yet.
looking
This
at some
is like
electronics.
they're there's a lot of high end equipment here, but it's all being stored here. It's not set up
Right,
in
right.
use.
Just making sure I didn't miss something.
Yeah, I got you. As you're walking around, you hear the commander. Thought, come in. Thought. My comms don't seem to be reaching outside.
Okay, so the shield is definitely blocking communication in and out. Um, gonna try to raise Carol just in case.
Carol here.
Oh, I passed that along to the commander.
She's like, we may have to find out who your communications people are.
Yeah, do you want to step outside just to check on him? Like, we will wait.
Yeah, it'll just be a moment. She zips off pretty fast. And the communication with Carol is a little staticky, but it's not bad.
Mhm.
And Carol, who overheard that part of the conversation, is like, we were trying to contact you as soon as you went down. Yeah, the shield's definitely causing some interference. We're basically boosting our signal through the flyer. Since the flyer is right there, it's acting as like a relay and booster.
Might need to fiddle with the comms myself after all this is settled. See if we can just increase the signal strength natively.
He's like, oh, sure. That'd probably lower the battery life. Though we just made it a setting where you could flip it on if there was interference.
Mm-hmm. But no, good thinking on y'all's part.
Well, we are professionals.
You all are extremely good at your jobs.
Not on the comms. I go. Also, if we could be using the same band of communication that Prometheus uses since he was involved in Futuro. So this may be a frequency that's allowed internally of this barrier somewhat.
Also true.
But I don't say that over the comm because I'm not rude.
Yeah.
All right. So, a minute later, the commander's back. She's like, everything's fine topside. Our comm equipment clearly just can't punch through this shield.
They're doing a little bit of a workaround on our end to get through. It's not great, but it's still, a voice outside.
She nods. We've at least got contact. If anything happens outside, we should know. All right, where are y'all venturing from here?
I guess up the stairs.
All right, so y'all head out, and this whole sub-basement seems to be being used as storage. There's a big freight elevator. Power in the building seems to be perfectly normal. Like everything, it's not only emergency power or anything, everything's turned on. There are cameras in some of the hallways.
And the power is on in the building, correct?
Correct.
So they're watching us.
Yeah, you hear Miss Manhattan in the background singing quietly to herself that she always feels like there's somebody watching her.
Sometimes I forget just whenever you were. I hate to use the term copied every time, but yeah.
It's like, hey, well, you know, that was an old song when I was a kid.
Oh, it was.
But yeah, they played it a lot around Halloween. All right, but y'all make it up to the next floor without any issue.
So how many floors is this building? Like, I assume it's just like way too many to like search every single room.
Oh
Even
yeah,
with
yeah.
superpower.
You're talking about at least. It's not like the tallest building in the city or anything, but it's definitely the tallest building in its area.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to just keep going up until we get something that shows like a sign of human use?
Yeah, just pretty much just keep going up. Boogeyman's gonna take out a little note card, right? We can still talk about this like adults and hold it up to the camera, before putting it away.
You hear a man's voice come over your comms. Now he's using they're using a more kind of an open channel, you know. It's not specifically like your frequency, but it's something your comms, you know, it's in the range your comms can pick up.
Mm-hmm.
But he tells you, and you recognize the voice. This is definitely Professor Prometheus.
Of course it is.
Certainly we can talk. We can speak like adults, Boogeyman. I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure how good you or your friends are at dressing like adults, but we can certainly speak like adults.
Well, you know, dress for your job and blah blah blah. First, I do want to compliment your shield. It is really impressive. Like, is this drawing on like the whole city's power grid, or is that cut for like a different reason?
Oh no, it requires a large amount of power.
That's what I expected.
Honestly, the design isn't that impressive. It's really, or even that efficient. It's just the sheer amount of power I'm having to draw on. It does make time a bit of an issue, of course, because eventually the city will figure out how to redirect the power.
Hmm. Honestly, if Earth Mother hadn't been able to go up under the building, I was gonna recommend just like finding every single power cable that went into the area and just severing it. Expensive, costly, but still.
If you only understood what I was really doing here, I don't think you would even oppose me.
Really.
Oh, what are you doing here,
By all
boss?
means, don't hold back.
What was that, Mike?
Oh, by all means, please don't hold back.
Oh, it's no secret. This is just phase 1 of my Project Hubris.
Project Hubris.
Y'all have run across that name before in his computer systems. He had Project Majestic, which was all of his robotics and power-suited work, and then Project Hubris, which seemed to be a study of superhumans and how to produce them. Detroit is basically my phase 1. I'm going to make everyone in the city enhanced.
The whole
Oh,
city.
that sounds like a interesting idea.
It will be a little chaotic, but I find Detroit to be a good testing ground.
And
The police force is already underfunded here. Things are already a little chaotic, but you already have citizen groups organized and putting filling the gap. So undoubtedly, it will get a little wild the first few days, perhaps the first few weeks. But the power balance between criminal and non-criminal really won't change.
I'm still confused what the goal is for making everyday people supers.
I am uplifting the human race. How many threats have we had from space lately? How many of those species seem to be powered? I'm just giving us a fighting chance.
Like, I'd say like there's so many like obvious holes in this, and like I'm not really sure where to begin with that. But let's just start with the control. Do you even know what power everyone's going to get?
No.
So
That-
like
that's
Not
what
every
that's what
not
requires
every
testing.
So like this is where you start with like a volunteer basis to get like a range to find out like if this is safe to actually do, or if you're going to like accidentally make a bunch of irradiated people who can survive their own radiation but like can't stop radiating something that kills people.
or the last thing the city needs is 100 land sharks.
Any chance to dig it? Sure.
Influencer's not going to miss it.
But seriously, Professor, how dare you impose this on people, whether or not they even want it?
I know. I realize that once I'm
It's gonna be-
successful, I still won't be loved. I understand that. I chose my name for a reason.
Oh,
I'm
so
going to
you're
bring
just a misunderstood genius.
I'm going to bring fire to humanity, but and then I will be punished for it, I have no doubt. Truthfully, I'm very disappointed that Whippet, that you and the Boogeyman are in the building.
Well, what do we do?
Oh,
The building's going to shield from the whatever happens.
not so much the building shields as the most of the building will kind of be in a gap from the broadcast.
Oh, trust me, this
is
is
the emanation point, but
I'm not new to the rodeo. I've had any number of opportunities to pick up superpowers. That may be a bluff, but that's what Whippet's story, and she's sticking to it.
Well, perhaps so. But you and Boogeyman are truly exceptional normal humans. The fact that you can compete in the superhuman arena so successfully, proves that beyond a doubt. I would love to have seen what you could do with more horsepower, shall we say.
I'd say I'm pretty fine just the way I am right now, but and we're going up as this conversation's happening, right?
Oh yeah. Y'all are continuing upstairs. Or if you trust the elevators, you can take the elevators.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances will Boogeyman ever trust an elevator.
Well, especially when we're in the middle of a conversation with the villain, that just sounds like a Batman 66 death trap.
So y'all are walking
The
over.
elevator just walks up, starts flooding with piranhas.
So yeah, y'all are just y'all are walking the stairs. The flyers are kind of in the center, just floating up, keeping pace with you. The commander's like, he's going to have we haven't run into any resistance yet. He's going to have lots of forces near the top.
Oh yeah, like he's like, all due respect, you are extremely competent at what you're doing, Professor.
Oh well, thank you. I mean, you're going to make me blush. Well, I shouldn't display false modesty. I am aware of how intelligent I am. But I appreciate someone capable of understanding. And things could be worse. It could be the Pantheon doing what they wanted.
Yeah, what were they wanting to do? What? How and why were they even under the docks?
Apparently, they have secret bases all over the country, possibly the world. I've only really investigated enough to make sure I keep them out of my way.
Yeah, no, that checks out. We're pretty well funded.
Yes, I'm confident that their leader wishes to. Well, he's trying to harness the power of the gods, as it were, or whatever the beings are that call themselves gods. But I think he firmly wants to establish himself on the top of the heap. I'm not trying to rule the world.
You're just trying to remake it in your own, not necessarily your own image, just how you think things should be.
How I think they need
honestly,
to be for humanity to survive long term.
Honestly, I respect it. Just not exactly how you're going about it. Like,
It really seems like you've
Right.
kind of thrown patience out of the window.
mm-hmm.
Well, if I wait too long, outside forces may make it all mute anyway. Moot. I mean, the next time something like the Vasilef shows up, or the next alien war that makes its way to our doorstep, or the next ancient force that gets woken up and decides it doesn't like the world the way it is.
Yeah, but like those happen all the time, but like quietly.
And it only takes one failure and we're done.
Well, no, because like we already failed once and then had to fix it. Like you were alive.
And she held on to the world for a few months. And there was always some people resisting. But I suppose I see what you mean.
Yeah, but like humanity was reduced to less than like 10% operating as the way humans wanted to operate, and we still turned it back around.
But that was also someone that wanted to conquer and control, not destroy. If she wanted to wipe humanity out, she would have done so. Oh well, I know I'm not going to convince you. It's why I haven't really bothered. I mean, I could try convincing the general public, but I've seen what they get into online. The opinions they express, the lack of research they do.
Here's your first mistake: paying attention to the internet.
Well, my point is, people don't worry too much about facts and figures anymore. And if I just said, hey, who wants superpowers? The people we would want to have them would be the ones the most hesitant. It's kind of like political power. You don't really want the people that really want it aren't the people you want to have it. So I just have to give it to everybody and let society even itself out like it always does.
Like, isn't that in and of itself like an admittance you can't think of an intelligent way to do it?
You may be misunderstanding my purpose. I'm not trying to make the world perfect. Arguably, I'm not even trying to make it a better place. I would like it if that's how it worked out. I'm simply
You're
trying
trying to make it stronger.
stronger and safer from outside forces.
Right, but like, you're doing that by potentially injecting a poison. So it's like you've chosen a very like risky way to do it. It's just very strange.
Well, if you look at the statistics, and interestingly, I think Muscle the Muscle is about the only person I've seen that's done this. Have you read his book? Life changing. But uh but if you look through human history, the world's heroes have done more good for the world than the world's villains have done harm. Which is why I think this will not make things worse. Not in the long term. Like I said, undoubtedly there will be a rough adjustment period. That's unfortunate, but that happens anytime there's a major upheaval. Anything from the agricultural revolution to the industrial revolution.
And like, what have you set up to like protect humanity in that interim section of time? Do you have like a secret army of Majestics that you plan on like keeping in reserve during that time period to like help even the tide should something hit during this like giant evolution?
You know, it sounds like he was just saying that, at least in Detroit, he's relying on us because he was citing like private defense groups.
Well, you and
Us,
that
the
private
defenders.
and the private civilian police volunteer police force.
The defenders.
Is that what they call themselves?
There are other.
Not the
I
Detroit
know there are
Defenders.
other.
I mean in real life, Detroit's got a civilian volunteer police department or police force.
That's true.
Oh well, that's just bringing up the reserves. So I forget what they were calling that. But let's see, where was he? Oh, but to get back to something Skater Boy said, he is like I was under the impression that your condition had hampered your intellectual capabilities. But your power of deduction seems to be working just fine. I do have a rather large force of let's see, how would you put it? Well, yes, a large force of Majestics set aside in case some outside force should attack us in these first few confusing, days or weeks. Though ultimately, Project Majestic was a failure. I don't think it was quite going to do the job, which is why I had to move on to Project Hubris. Oh, by the way, is Karen with you?
They are
Can you specify?
Oh, I forgot you were carrying.
3.
Yes, yes. Well, only 2 of them are superhero wing, though. I was speaking of Majestic 7, though. I've quite missed her company. Her former compatriots are, well, frankly, less pleasant as individuals. I do hope she's doing well, though. As far as the other Karen you found, I'm frankly baffled that she's alive. Which has Miss Manhattan kind of crossing her arms and looking a little pissed, but she doesn't say anything. She'd appeared clone had appeared brain dead. I'd merely left her in the pod, keeping the physical body alive so I could examine her later to see what had gone wrong. But I'm quite pleased, truthfully, at the success she's shown. Clone body successfully implanted at least some of Karen's memories. Crossing that with the process that created Mr. Manhattan, she's turned out quite well.
She's been a good ally and a great friend.
Aww. Y'all are on about.
So, have you thought about just what happens if, I don't know, you fire this off and somebody gets the ability to just blink reality out of existence? You want to unleash a Billy Moomies? That's how you unleash Billy Moomies.
My dear Boogeyman, is that a Twilight Zone reference?
Yes, it's a Twilight Zone reference.
I suspect the results of this test will be more the middle to upper middle range. I'm not expecting any promises out of this.
Oh, thank God on that.
Wait, why? What's wrong with the Primus?
Yes, I'm rather curious too. What is your problem with the Primus, Boogeyman?
He's like curmudgeonly, but like he's not evil.
Wait, you've met the Primus? Of course you've met the Primus. I don't have any problem with the Primus. Like, I literally wouldn't be alive without the Primus. It's like suddenly giving people that level of power is insane.
Ah, I see.
Like, how many people accidentally snap someone in half by giving them a high five before they've gotten their strength fully under control?
It tends to be more broken arms than anything. I've got some reports I could show you.
I actually would be very interested in that. Thank you.
Also, like, oh no, those military guys were based on the Myrmidon, weren't they?
Yes. I was studying that project, but that was a government project.
Have you tried to like recreate what made Muscle?
I have been unable to get a hold of the original formula.
Or like that scientist lady that I think made it. I actually haven't like studied super heavy on that one.
She is hard to pin down and not prone to sharing her findings. Also oddly protective of Muscle. I've been trying to find out if they're related or something, but I found no real connection.
I mean, like in the superhero business, you get like a lot of second moms. It makes sense.
Y'all can hear the commander not over the comms. Good lord, why are the smart ones always the talkers? Talking.
We're walking while we're talking, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And like no machine guns have popped out of the wall. We're doing okay so far. Honestly, I'd have asked you to like just zip up straight through zip straight up through the roof of the building, but I don't know what causing serious immediate damage to any of the machinery while it's active might do.
Should not. That's the only thing that's kept me here is not knowing how many forces he has up there. And I don't have the tech background to handle dismantling the equipment, other than just physically dismantling the equipment. I've had a bad experience with super science devices before, so.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
So y'all continue up. You get up to one landing. Professor Prometheus comes back over your comms. You might want to pause here and catch your breath. Something interesting is about to happen.
Define interesting.
I think it's charged enough energy that whatever's about to go off is about to go off.
Oh no, this is a side thing. This is. But it will really interest you, Commander. And she kind of wrote, there's like I said, there's cameras on the walls periodically. So she literally rotates around and is looking at one of the cameras, and then she drops.
Like just falls to the ground in a heap.
Well, she's fallen down between the stairs. She was floating up.
Oh,
Can I catch her with super speed?
You can, or one of the flyers can. She was not the only flyer. Remember, both Manhattans are with you. So she gets caught. Whoever catches her gets caught well before. But as that's doing that, Carol comes over your comms on y'all's regular frequency. Guys, there've just been reports of explosions at the Shadow Core building.
My.
I don't know if it's related, but I mean, well, other than what the professor was just saying.
What have you done, Professor? What have you done?
How easy is the commander's? No, I don't want to do that's disrespectful in the hero business. I'll just leave the camera. Are these like remote controlled people?
Oh, she's not unconscious. In fact, she is on the radios screaming at the professor, basically, what the F did you just do?
Oh, okay.
Carol's like, wait a second. Oh no, not Carol. Daryl comes over the comms. Guys, y'all okay in there?
We're okay. What's going on?
Well, the thought was floating. I guess probably giving orders to his people, and then he just dropped to the ground, and the rush was running around, and suddenly just stopped. I mean, not. He was running at super speed, and then just suddenly he was at normal speed, or like he was moving at normal speed, but he still had his moment. Anyway, he hit and rolled, and he's sitting up now. I guess it's okay.
Gonna turn to the commander and just flat out ask, remote powered suits?
Something like that.
Or like your powers are lent to you by like a person who's just been rendered unconscious. Or like
That's
imagine
quite a deductive leap there.
or like or you could like be connected to an interdimensional being whose portal just got closed. Like there's a lot of things that connect.
I'm not really at liberty to discuss this.
Yeah, let's just pretend like big radio tower just got disconnected. Do you like need to get back there to that?
She thinks about it. No, the professor's plan takes precedence. We have to stop him from doing what he's planning to do to Detroit.
Understood. And Boogeyman is going to hand her his lightsaber.
Oh, she hands it back. Thank you, but I'm not. She reaches over and grabs one of the handrails and just tears it off and starts rolling up into a ball.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
The rest of my team may be completely out of commission. I'm just less mobile now than I was. Prometheus comes over the radio. Interesting. I didn't realize any of them actually had their own powers. I thought they were stealing all of them.
Well, no, you have to have like the emergency switch in case of a mutiny of like the single most dependent upon you person having the upper hand. Anyway, like moving on.
Yep.
The commander just turns her mask. The professor was right. I'm not sure your intelligence is as lowered as people were thinking.
Well, like it's not right now. I'm like completely normal. Like actually, I'm like probably at like a college graduate level general intelligence. It's just like the accent makes everybody think I'm like way dumber right now. Like I turn to like a boogeyman, like you've seen me like cobble together stuff and adjust equipment. I haven't like pretended to be stupid.
Yeah, you are terrifyingly intelligent. Like, I honestly would love to have see you in your prime again, but no, you are easily one of the most capable people I've ever met.
Yeah, like I still have like memory, so like super intelligent things I learned, I like still have access to. I just like can't make stuff super great. I can still like upkeep everything I've made though.
Prometheus over the comms like, I apologize. My reports are mostly on you prior to your resurgence.
Yeah, I was like half comatose most days. When it like the poison was really like coursing through my brain.
The commander finally goes, all right. I think we've been yapping enough. And y'all continue up. You get to the top of the stairs, which is probably not the top of the building, you're pretty sure. It opens into like probably the top floor before the roof. But these stairs don't just go up directly to the roof. That door seems to be locked.
Boogeyman's gonna try his universal luck pick.
Okay. And what rank was that? 5?
6.
6. All right. 9 is the number to beat.
All right. That's 12.
That definitely beats it. You pull that out, you cobble it together. You've got a working digital lockpick.
Alright. I'm gonna unlock the door.
Alright, ready? Give me a roll with the lockpick.
Sure.
The 11 is the number to beat. And you rolled a
That's
12.
12.
So, it's... You hear the, some computery sounds, and then a beep and a click as the door unlocks. If no one else jumps to it, the commander goes through first. And goes through braced like she's ready to take a hit.
Well, I don't mean to be chicken, but I don't think influencer is the one to go first.
Yep, nope. Boogeyman will fall behind.
Alrighty.
And I'll follow behind Boogie.
Yeah, when Whippet enters, she'll look for something above that she can latch her whip onto and use her whip as a swinging device, which she does have the power for, just to take the high ground.
Okay.
Even if I just yeah, and I'll perch up somewhere if it's available. If not, then I'll just land on my feet.
Alright. As you walk into the onto the floor proper, let's see, who would he go after? Let's say we're gonna say Boogeyman. Boogeyman. You probably think the Boogeyman's the coolest looking. Boogie, give me a willpower save a willpower roll.
All right.
12 is the number to beat.
That's an 8.
You feel someone invade your mind.
Ooh.
So they beat you by 4. And the power. Let's see, massive success. Okay, that's what I thought. I would be sure. Boogeyman, you need to take these people down. You need to take down the most dangerous target first. Who would you take down?
Oh God. Oof.
And keep in mind, all your bowling buddies are here. The commander is here, and of course, all the other players.
I'm gonna take a swing at. God. Okay. I feel bad doing this, but
I can tell the look on Curtis's face. He knows what's coming.
I'm sorry. Your power is legitimately the most dangerous to me at this moment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, when the voice in my head says "take them down," how does he mean? What does the voice mean by that? Are we talking? What is the level of force I am being motivated at toward? Because one hand is going to a baseball bat, the other to a lightsaber. Which one is getting pulled?
Think of it. Think of the voice as a kid just telling you, take him down.
A
So-
baseball bat swings at
Get
Influencer's
him.
head. I'm sorry, Curtis. I'm sorry.
Not in the face, not in the face.
It's going for the temple.
All right, Boogie, give me an attack roll, and
I shall evade.
Curtis, give me prowess. If you have martial arts, that would factor in.
That's a 9.
And Influencer got an 8. That's not bad.
Not good enough.
No,
But,
not good enough. But it's not like a massive success or a major success or anything like that. How much damage does your baseball bat do, Boogie?
It does. Let me double check here. 5 points of damage.
Well, my stamina has not reset, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, wait. How much time did y'all have? Because y'all traveled and stood around for a little bit. Let's see. Recovery. You might have gotten a little bit back. Let me check.
It's only 1 point difference. It's not like it's.
Well, if it's just 1 point, go ahead and give yourself that point. Fill yourself back up, because I'm sure you'd have had
But
time.
it's 5 damage.
But remember,
Minus the spray on knee pads.
yeah, spray on knee pads, which knocks 5 off of it.
Oh, okay. So I'm.
So it's real uncomfortable, but doesn't actually damage you.
I look at Boogeyman and say, passive aggressive much?
All right, initiative rolls. And I'm just going to write these down because there's so many people and I don't already have tokens set up. All right, so Influencer got a 9. Whippet got a 9. Boogeyman also got a 9. No, well, that was the attack roll from earlier. Skater Boy got a 7. And
Yeah, Boogeyman got an 8.
Okay. And then Georgie got
Yeah, it's a fatal 4.
foul 4.
Oh, sorry, foul 4.
I'm surprised y'all remember Georgie's name, though. This is an unassuming name.
Well, and child mind control is
That's fair.
how I immediately linked it to them.
All right, let's see.
Bad, Georgie, bad.
Duh, I'm a supervillain. All right, so top of the order are the 9s, which are Influencer and Whippet. We'll let Influencer go first since he just got bashed in the face.
I cannot believe that I am at the top of the round. That has got to be a first, because none of
It
my
may be.
characters
It may well be.
none of my characters ever have a high
Coordination.
whatever coordination. Yeah.
All right, so you're up. What are you going to do?
You know what? How do I do this? Do I see Georgie?
You do not currently see Georgie.
Okay. Then I am going to try to step into Boogeyman and see if I can't override his control.
Okay. All right. I am going to say that you just have to roll against Georgie and not Boogeyman. I'm picturing this more as you'd be jumping in there and helping Boogeyman push out, so there's no reason Boogie would be particularly resistant.
I mean, and I'm maybe I'm making assumptions, but it seems reasonable to assume that somebody has taken over Boogeyman.
Oh yeah, you're superheroes. You've run into mind control before. You do mind control yourself.
Yeah.
It is not unreasonable for you to immediately go, no, my buddy would not hit me in the face with a baseball bat for no reason. All right, so we'll roll your mind control versus his mind control. 11 is the number to beat. Ooh, it's a tie.
Can I assist him? I'm willing to burn a determination point for that.
Well, now remember, you can burn determination if you got something that lets you tab it. You can burn determination just to undo something, just to push off an effect. But yeah, you know what? I'll give him the +2 for you because obviously you'd be trying to resist. So that takes it from a tie to a moderate success, which is enough that you now control Boogeyman, and you have pushed Georgie's influence out. And to you, influencer, it feels like you stepped into his mind, where what you're pushing at is you don't feel like Georgie is in here with you. You feel like Georgie is like reached in. So it's like it's almost like you're pushing somebody's arm out. Not that like they're standing.
Because he wasn't
right
actually in there. He was just.
Yeah. He doesn't possess people like you do. It's like you're feeling the difference in how y'all's powers work. He's probably somewhere in the building. You get the feeling of him relatively nearby, but you couldn't pinpoint where or what direction. But you have shoved him out of Boogeyman. Whip it.
Good enough. We need our boogie.
You don't see anybody yet, but you can hear people running down the hallway, like forward and around the corner. You can hear several boots. Yeah. Several people are running this direction.
I'll try to head them off.
So you're gonna are you gonna like round the corner and interfere with them, or how are you heading them off?
Yeah, I think I'll try around the corner, doing my best to follow the footsteps, given that I don't know the layout of the building.
Okay. Well, like I said, it sounds like he's getting closer. So you run down the hallway or swing down the hallway past the rest of the guys to that kind of a T intersection. And you turn the corner and you see the Foul Four and the Atomatrix. Basically everybody y'all ran across on that island.
Wasn't the Animatrix on our side at one point?
Y'all convinced her to just leave, I think. And maybe she gave us some information or something, but that was so she could get out. That was so she could get away.
I also put a tracer on her that Mr. Manhattan could follow. Everybody can follow up on that.
Yeah, but that was months ago too.
Yeah.
Well, when I see them and they see me, I'm gonna just be ready to go full defensive if I need to. But in the meantime, I'll just simply shout out, "What are you Foul Four doing here?" And I'll say that deliberately so that everyone knows that. And then I'll just say their names deliberately so everyone knows. Everyone on comms knows who I've just found.
All right, so you all now aware that the Foul Four are here.
And Animatrix.
All right, so that's Whippet, Skater Boy on a not Skater Boy on a 7, Boogie on an 8. All right, but you basically use your action aiding the influencer. So yeah, I mean you're now free and completely under your own control. But, then Skater Boy on a 7.
Is there? Sorry, who is in this room as far as any opponent?
So y'all are in a hallway. Whippet has jumped ahead of you to a T intersection, and then she basically called out, naming the Foul Four and the Animatrix.
Then I will super speed up to that T junction.
Okay. Sure enough, you see all of them charging.
I'll just throw a baseball to make sure they're real. At a LD 50.
All right, that was the fiery guy, I believe, or the energy guy.
Be a 12 to hit.
Let's see, and he was the basic energy controller. All right, so he rolls his coordination. He got a 9. You said you got a 12, so that is a major success. How much damage do you do with a baseball?
4. Because it's my strength.
Yeah. All right. So he's got enough protection that the baseball doesn't really do anything to him.
But he is physically there. And that's
Yeah, it
important.
bounces off of him. It's sizzling. You know, his energy interacted with it. You are confident this is not an illusion. Oh yeah, I forgot to put all your buddies in the initiative order. They should probably be here.
Oh, no, we don't need them.
Oh, okay. That makes my life simpler. All right, I'm just gonna put them all in at a 5 for simplicity's sake. Mr. Manhattan, you hear him scream, "Ivana!" And he takes off around the corner and does the two-fisted Superman charge into the Animatrix. They've got some beef.
Yep.
And their exes.
There's just a lot going on there that Boogeyman wants no part of.
You know they're exes and that she experimented on him? And then, when she activated his powers, he set up and blasted her through a wall, which is what gave her power. It's a whole soap opera mess. Miss Manhattan just looks at the rest of y'all. Ivana. And then she takes off. When she gets up close to you, Whippet and Skitterboy, she's like, whoa. When she sees how people charge, she's like, whoa. Ooh, I've been wanting to try this. And she holds out her hand, and you literally see the big guy from the Foul Four. I'm blanking on his name.
Lab?
Slab, yeah. He's still running, but it's like he's slowing down. And you notice she's like jittering in place now.
And who is that again?
Miss Manhattan.
Can you Oh, it's Miss Manhattan. Okay.
You know, if you recall, she has some kinetic manipulation powers, which OG Karen has, but at a low enough level that like she was never gonna be a superhero or anything.
Mm-hmm.
She can like flick things across the table, kind of stuff. So she seems to have slowed somebody else down and sped herself up. So basically, all your buddies end up running down the hallway. Tomcat's engaging with the stretchy guy. What's his name, Taylor?
Dr. Viscous.
Thank you. I have a list of their names somewhere, but I can't find it right in this moment when I needed it. And the lady... Do you have her name?
Phantasma?
That sounds right.
Yeah, Phantasma.
All right. The commander runs up and is starting to slug Slab. As y'all's turn comes back up, the commander basically yells at you, "Get to the roof. This is a distraction." What do y'all do? Starting with the influencer.
Well, first off, I'm going to let Boogeyman go. Does that take my action?
No, you can step out of him for free. That's essentially just you canceling the power. So you just appear next to him. You're free to do whatever.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's another question. I have just let Boogeyman go. Do I have to wait before I can use my power again? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it didn't take your action, so I think I'm fine with you doing whatever.
Okay. And what happened with the attack on the big guy?
The commander ran up and slugged him.
Okay. But I knew he got slugged, but he's still up, right?
Yeah, he's still up. Slab's fairly stout.
I think I'm going to try jumping into him.
Okay. That may have been what you did last time you faced him.
I think so.
It is.
He's just the easiest for me to use. If I try and figure out the others, that takes too long.
All right. So your willpower versus his. And as soon as he he looks up, he looks up, he sees you looking at him. Oh no, Georgie! And then he's cut off halfway as you jump into him.
Like this guy.
So you're in full control. You've got him for the massive success. You have him for the chapter.
Okay.
And when when he's calling Georgie's name, but it cuts off halfway, the commander, influencer,
Yeah.
and she's like, "All right, let's get to the roof." Now I'm sure they can handle the rest of, just the people that are already engaged. So that's influencer. Whip it. What are you doing?
Okay, so what looks like the easiest way for Whippet using her whip to maneuver to get to the roof? Using her whip as basically a swing line.
You could swing. You could grab one of the bits that the camera's attached to. Not the camera itself, but like the bracket back behind it. You could whip that and pull yourself over most of the combatants.
Okay. I will do that, and
carefully on the side of the hallway that the fiery kind of energy guy isn't in. Crap, blank his name again already. Taylor said it earlier, the whatever 50 guy. Which is a term about how much radiation you can take. Anyway.
Okay. Well, I'll be on defense mode just to dodge anything that tries to stop me.
Okay. All right, you swing back there. You will get shot at while going, so we'll go ahead and resolve that.
Sure.
Rather than worrying about strictly initiative phases. What's his coordination? So interview blast comes your way. 10 is the number to beat. And you do so. So you pull yourself over. You see him lining up a shot. You kind of kick off the wall to change your direction. And he winds up like scorching the wall. Or blowing a small hole in the wall. Then we got Boogeyman.
Oh. I genuinely do not want to leave little Georgie unattended. Do I see anywhere he could be hiding right now? Actually, better than that, I'm going to turn to M7. That little multi-spectrum scanner I built into you, start looking around for like a little 3-4 foot tall little goblin hiding somewhere. Find him, kick him in the head.
Spank him.
He's a goblin?
Spiritually, he's a goblin.
He just looks like a kid.
I don't think I could kick a kid in the head.
Kick him in the stomach. Just to try to keep him from mind controlling anybody else.
Okay. Well, there he is. Oh, I've got an idea. And she charges forward, and instead of like he's hiding in a room, instead of using the door, she just busts through the wall. You hear a little shriek inside. The 3 not possessed members of the Foul 4 all react to that shriek, though. I mean, they got to get through y'all to get to them, but it's like they're all focused on that room now. Georgie! Even Influencer would feel a slight urge from Slab to turn around, but Slab's fully possessed. So
You can take him and just go. Like, we're not gonna, like, blow him up or something. You can just take him and go.
give me a willpower roll. Let's see how convincing you are.
Alright, I'm going to tap Organizer of the Rhodes Ferry Monsters for a AA +2 to this.
Just for knowing how to deal with people.
Yep. And we've used my performance acting before to give myself a little bonus to persuasion rolls. Will you permit me to use that too?
Sure.
All right. So that is a 10 I'm rolling altogether.
Oh, that's pretty good.
15. Son of a-
16.
Ah.
Uh, so yeah, Professor Viscus. Oh, excuse me, Dr. Viscus. You basically hear him. It's like he's not talking to you. He's talking to his team. We can't let them keep using Georgie as blackmail material. They're heroes. They're not going to hurt him. Phantasm, on the other hand, turns invisible. Are you taking any other action, Boogie? Well, I guess you were trying to convince them.
That would have
fairly,
been my action.
That was fairly engaged. Yeah. Skater Boy.
Really don't want to fight Viscus. I will try to just kind of speed past and keep going. Because they're clearly, they were moving most likely from protecting an important thing. So I can just rush past and I can just rush past and let them handle it.
Okay, so you just move past, and yeah, none of them respond to you. Moving past without attacking. They're not responding to that. They're planning to get to Georgie. So if you're removing yourself from being in the way, they're happy to let you go.
Yeah, our job is to stop this thing from going off. We just got to keep going for it.
All right. So most of y'all are headed towards the roof. Manhattan and the Atomatrix are... Well, they've basically blasted their way into one of the side rooms. They're still fighting it out. Miss Manhattan runs up to Dr. Viscus. She's clearly moving at super speed now. In fact, Influencer, as you started running with Slab, you realize Slab is moving kind of slow.
Okay.
Like, even with all of his strength, it feels like you're running through quicksand. From whatever Miss Manhattan had done to him earlier. But anyway, she runs and starts punching Viscus, and of course he's stretchy, and You just hear her, oh, it's like he's made of bubble gum. The indigestible wad. I think she'd be the right age for the Ripping Friends. So yeah, the other than Slab, of course, the other three members of the Foul Four are well, let's see, Boogie's still in the way. Yeah, there's still some heroes in the way. Viscus is engaged with Miss Manhattan. The energy blasting guy. Oh, he already shot it. Whip it this round. That's right. He has gone. Like I said, Phasma turned invisible. She don't know where she's at. Let's see, Tomcat and Earth Mother. Tomcat is helping Miss Manhattan engage Dr. Viscus. He's sort of jumping around him, and you realize he's like grabbing his arms. He may be about to try to tie him into a knot. Earth Mother moves up with the rest of y'all that are headed towards the roof. Because, you know, you're up in a skyscraper. She's basically got the piece of earth she's been carrying with her. You know, that she's riding on. Let's see. Top of the next order. Influencer.
Okay, so I'm sort of like stuck in a bubble, but am I able to move though?
Yes, you are moving. You're just slow.
Okay.
It's like, you know, you're thinking in normal speed, but it's like you're moving in kind of slow motion.
Which villain is the closest to me?
Viscus would be an arm's reach, and the fiery blaster guy in the air, it's floating close to you.
I'm gonna clock Viscus if I can.
Okay.
Come on, Curtis. Two screens is not always as great as it sounds.
And yet somehow 3 is sometimes not enough. All right. And Dr. Viscus. He got an 8, so you hit him.
All right.
I was about to ask you how strong Slab is, but that's something I have to look up.
It's a 12.
I want to say he's an 8. Yes, he is. All right, so there's 8 points of damage. It's blunt damage. Viscus has got some protections. Alright, but you did some damage to him. As his head kind of forms around your fist and then pops back. Ah! I've got to work on some side blockers for you, Slab. Whip it.
Gonna keep plowing towards the roof.
Okay.
Again,
So you're using your movement.
Yeah.
You know, you get to the stair. You know, you get to the little. You know, it's a door that, you know, says roof access. You open that up and it's just a short flight of stairs. So, you know, you run down to the end of the hallway. Basically, you are at the door to the roof. Is where your movement will end. Next round, you can burst out on the roof and do whatever.
Okay. If I can't see anything, I suppose I don't see any of the roof, like any potential whip places to latch onto, do I? Or do I need to get just a little closer to figure that out?
Well, you're at the door, so next round you can open the door and see the roof.
Okay, got it.
Boogeyman.
There's a big instinct that says go, run, help him, 7, but he's just going to grit his teeth, shout over the comms. Got an invisible woman coming at you, grab the kid and run. They won't. And then I'm going to try and bolt past everybody and head up to the roof.
Okay. So you're sprinting up, you're right up the stairs, right behind Whippet. So both of y'all are ready to burst out onto the roof next round. Skater Boy.
Yep.
What you doing?
Well, running past the fight, what's there to, what were they rushing? What location were they rushing from?
Where the villains are rushing from, or where your team is rushing to?
Well, where we are, going past where they were coming from. What's back there?
Oh, down the hallway, there's a door that marked roof access. That Whippet has flung that door open, and she's run up to the door that actually lets out into the roof.
Then I will rush ahead and be the first person to get shot instead of Whippet.
All right. So, well, you've got super speed, so you could actually get up ahead of them. Basically, where she's reaching for the door, it's like you rush up at super speed and then kind of leap over the two of them, knock the door open. Do that whole land, kind of on your hands, and then roll into a stand.
Is he posing?
I can only imagine he has to be posing. He comes up in a fighting stance or something. Large rooftop. You see, air conditioning equipment up here. At each of the four corners of the building are the devices that seem to be generating the force shield. You have a large machine. The large machine with the satellite dish-looking thing is up there. The figures you had seen moving around, but couldn't make out details of at a distance outside, clearly that's the Majestics. There's a big blue guy, a guy in silver. Majestic 5, which is the woman with the stealth suit. Not Majestic 7, that's the one that's with y'all. Majestic 12, which is in a big bulky, he's just bigger and stockier than the rest of them you've seen. And a guy in black and silver and gold. That last time you encountered him, he seemed to be the one kind of calling the shots. At the shut down Sears that last time y'all fought him. And then back at some of the equipment, you see Professor Prometheus. You'd almost forgotten how short this guy was when y'all saw him the last time. He's probably, I forget what height I said he was last time, but you're pretty sure he's under 5 feet. Probably decently under 5 feet. Let's see, do I still have the art of him? Nope. White, in a white suit. His, there's no color to his hair. I want to say he wears a monocle. He is standing back at the equipment, working the controls. He glances over when he sees you. You see him sigh. Oh, Mr. Sagittarius. Can't say that it's good to see you. Though I respect your competency.
I feel like that's like freshly gained respect, but all right.
Well, like I said, my reports were a little out of date on you. And I'm ashamed to say you were not the member of your team that I was paying the most attention to.
It's all right. I'm like old. I get it.
Well, you're not as old as me, dear boy. I prefer to think of people such as ourselves as finely aged.
Never underestimate Skater Boy.
So,
Oh, go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
you put like everything important on the roof all at once?
Well, everything important for test 1. Alright, and then we move on. I think Boogie is the only one still inside. So over the comms, Boogeyman, you hear Karen, Majestic 7. What? An invisible woman? Where? Then you hear an energy discharge, and Georgie yell, "Mom!" And then you hear Karen laughing. Yeah, invisible doesn't work on me anymore.
It really doesn't. Proud of that one.
And then you hear Georgie, "Why can't I get in your head?" Let's see. Everybody else is wrapped up in their fights. Miss Manhattan looks at you, Influencer. She's like, "Oh, I guess you need this back." And where she was moving at this unnatural speed, she's now back to moving her normal speed. And it's like it's like suddenly you're not in quicksand anymore.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I didn't know you were going to jump right into him. And then she grabs one of Viscus's legs and is like trying to help Tomcat tie him into a knot. While Viscus is basically screaming at them that he has complete control, he has complete molecular control of his body. This isn't going to work as well as you think it is.
Of course it's not.
Let's see, the commander has followed y'all up the stairs, or she's right behind Whipette and Boogie. The flying ninja guy goes after Majestic. Like, he moves in that direction. He does not fire at her as she is holding Georgie at the moment. So.
Mm-hmm.
They're in kind of a standoff. So back to the top of the order. Influencer.
Do they have him?
The two of them seem to be handling Viscus pretty well.
Okay. Then I'm going to go up and help Skater Boy.
Alright, ready? So you're running to catch up with them. Oh, that's the Paragon, not the... Now, Slab does not have any, like, super speed. But he does have leaping.
Oh.
You know he's strong. You know he can probably jump the length of that hallway.
Okay.
Give me an athletics roll. I
Would
guess
that be coordination or would it be prowess?
that would be coordination. Ooh, but should it be his coordination or your coordination? Now I'll let you use yours.
I'm not very coordinated, but
Neither is he, though. Yeah. It might not have made any difference. Oh, actually, I think... Nope, looks like you'll have the exact same coordination, so it didn't matter. Let's see. Difficulty. Alright, that's a tie. I'm going to say you miscalculate the height of the jump.
okay.
You basically punch through the roof, so you are on the roof, but you're still back a distance from where they're coming out at. So you see Skater Boy up ahead of you.
All right.
And you can see the equipment and, the Majestics. There's 3 people in the Majestic armor. You see the professor. In addition to his usual white suit, I forgot to mention with Skater Boy, he does have a very high-tech looking belt on. With, it's got lights and knobs and, buttons and all kinds of stuff on it. And over the radio, Carol comes on. Those of you that are on the roof now are picking her up much better. There's still some static because you're still going through the shield, but you're outside the building. Guys, the bits of the Shadow building have started disappearing.
Define disappearing.
We don't have a visual yet, but we're pretty sure it's a catalyst attack.
Christ.
Of course he was going to show up.
Skater Boy, you see the professor nodding. I suppose the explosives we set off might have damaged the shielding Shadow was using.
What shielding?
The shielding they were using to hide the mutants whose powers they were leeching and broadcasting to their flunkies.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I suppose that does mean Catalyst can detect mutants. Oh, I bet he's quite displeased with what's going on over there.
You think?
Skater Boy will, in a flash of thought, look at Professor Prometheus. Does your device alter genetics where everyone would be technically considered like a mutant?
I suppose that's one way to look at it, yes.
No, I need confirmation.
Well, people perceive of mutants as a species, and they're not. It's just mixed up genetics from different things that have bred into the human population. With the occasional actual just human mutation. But it's just a hodgepodge stew pot. Every now and then you get enough of these weird little genetic quirks together to produce, visible powers. It's fascinating. But they're not really a people the way Catalyst speaks of them.
How fast can you cut this thing on?
What suddenly convinced you that I'm right?
the short-term losses of a bunch of people who can't understand their powers is a lot less than one very determined, very powerful thing who does not care about humans.
Well,
But if like everything in the area suddenly is his like people, he can't like go off the rails except for at the very specific people who have like wronged him.
but they'd be mutants now too. Oh well, keep your friends off me. I'll see what I can do with the device. He spins back around, and starts tapping on his device.
I have to like think about the moral implications of which problem is worse for a second.
All right, where were we at in the initiative order? I think Influencer just jumped to the top, and then we had this exchange. Whip it, you're up.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
And Skaterboard's in there to ask the person, how fast can you set that off?
Yeah, I don't. Well, I haven't yet clued into the change in mission. So I had a grand scheme where I was going to try to misdirect probably M12 into swinging at me and hitting one of the corner engines instead. But the first part of this brilliant plan is to draw his attention, or draw their attention, so that he would want to chase after me.
Okay.
Do we have? Can you refresh my memory as to whether we have like an existing history, the Visionaries and M12 specifically?
M12, y'all fought very briefly at the Sears, at that shutdown Sears. I think he's the one that wound up grabbing his buddies and getting out. You know his name's Chad. Majestic 7 let you in on that. The way she described him, he has kind of a jock personality.
That's what I was figuring.
Like he's not stupid, but he doesn't always think things through. It's like he can think, but often doesn't take the time to think before he reacts.
Yeah, he'll think with his fists before anything else.
Yeah.
Which is what I was kind of counting on. So, I think, Whippet will try to get his goat, as it were, and say something like, "If you, how do you plan on being the escape hatch this time? I hope you built a parachute in there, or something stupid like that."
Basically implying that he was the one that ran away last time.
Yeah. And basically going bark, 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 bark at him.
Give me a willpower roll.
All right. And I kind of want to punch this up because it's funny. Wait, do I? What's my? Oh, never mind. I've got. Oh, wait a minute. I don't still have 0 determination, do I?
No. You should be fresh up on your determination.
Yeah. And stamina too, I presume, because I haven't. We had the day of rest.
Did you take any? No, I don't think you took any damage in the last fight. So yeah, you should be.
Yeah. I wasn't online long enough to take damage.
That's true. Once you got off, we had you hauling half drowned people, back to the docks and
That's right.
CPR and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what you did. So yeah, she should be full up.
Well, just for funsies, I'm gonna spend a determination point to activate 2 anger for her own good, and maybe get a little too mean with whatever I come up with to add a +2. And then next will be the hopefully I dodges hits and he trick him into trashing the one of the corner engines. But of course, it seems like we may very well be triggering the evil scheme. So hopefully that happens before I actually just remove our. Well, let's see what happens. Roll /roll 1d6 plus willpower of 5 +2 for being too angry for my own good.
8 is the number to beat, and you got a
That's
9. Look, he ain't got to take this crap from, let's see, how would he put it? He ain't got to take this crap. He ain't got to take crap from some mouthy broad. That was a strategic decision. It was the right thing to do. And he comes at you full bore. Let's see, is he one of the flyers or one of the leapers? All right, he's got flight. So yeah, he doesn't even just run. He doesn't run at you. He like fires up the jet boots.
Right. I'd be like, oh crap! I forgot he was a flyer.
He ain't a real fast flyer though, and he ain't going from like 0 to 60 in no time. But,
Now, for the record, is there a free activation of that kind of quality? Like theoretically, someone else could trigger it since he's so focused on me. It'll be one at most, if that.
Yeah, I'll let somebody get a free tapping of it. I'll say anybody other than you gets a free tapping of it, since Whippet is who he's focused on.
Yep.
All right, Boogeyman.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not activated. I don't get it. Well, wait a minute. A moderate success is a plus. A 1 is a moderate success. Is that correct?
Yes.
It's only marginal if you tie.
Yeah, marginals are the ties. Marginals are the ties.
Okay, so I do get. Yeah, there is a one free activation.
Okay. All right, Boogeyman.
So, just to clarify, was I on the roof just as Skater Boy and Prometheus came to that agreement?
You were at the door. You could hear it.
Okay.
And both of them are in and out of the comm, so they may have been saying over the comms. You're right. Yeah, who knows?
Oh God. Yeah, Boogie's not sure what to do here. Because there is no good option. It's either empower an entire city or let a guy kill an entire building full of people. It's probably most of whom don't actually know what's going on there and don't actually deserve it. So there is no action I can take that doesn't lead to people dying.
So, does Boogie freeze up in indecision?
Evens or odds?
Even.
What are your
sometimes
qualities
that's
tell
what you have to do.
What do your qualities tell you to do? Besides roll the dice.
It's 3. Did you say evens or odds? I'm sorry, you broke up.
I said even.
Yeah. Boogie's going to just look between Skater Boy, Prometheus, the machine, and just scream, yanking off his helmet and throwing it on the ground, just going, God damn it!
Give yourself a determination point.
No, thank you.
Since you're basically missing this round.
Hey, we see. So we see your face.
He has basically
Oh,
a
that's right.
half face wrap under it.
Yeah, that's right.
But damned if we do, damned if we don't.
Alright, so that is Boogie. Then we are back to Skater Boy.
Skater Boy racks his brain. I would like to. This is going to be bad for everybody involved because this is a panic brain move. I would like to, if you will allow it, spending a determination point to use my super speed to craft a gadget and use it in the same turn.
Yeah.
I
You
will
can spend
attempt-
you can spend determination to.
Oh yeah, can you just
does
spend a
that
determination to?
or does that no?
With-
I think you can forego. I think you can spend a determination to forego the roll, maybe.
Yeah, if it goes to just have it, but it's still you still crafted
Yeah,
the power.
so yeah, you need to power step the super speed to do it, to do the construction in a round and use it.
All right.
So I was like so smart once would probably be the quality you tap for that.
Yeah.
But with the idea that you're tapping into your super speed, that you're in full panic mode. Now, what are you trying to craft?
I'm trying to craft a rank 3 transmutation.
Okay. Transmuting what to what?
The roof floor to paper.
Oh my god!
What are you trying to transmute
Because
it
all of
to?
the important heavy equipment is on the roof. If the floor becomes paper, it all falls and collapses.
Oh no!
So you panicked for a moment and asked him how fast he could set the machine off, and then realized you don't want the machine to be set off.
Well, like there was a thing of like the old like lesser of two evils, like the mature decision of like one of these things is probably going to happen. And then it was I'm a superhero. I'll just try to stop them both anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It was the panic of like age and then being like, no, I am doing this because I'm an because incredible works are possible. I'm going to try to do the incredible work.
All right, and you took that at 3.
Yes.
All right, transmutation.
How
Let's see.
hard am I gonna have to work all of my stuff?
It may be pretty hard. I gotta look at how transmutation works exactly.
Yeah, if I need to, if you think 3 is not powerful enough to do that, then I will also have to adjust the power.
All right. All right, transmutation. You can only affect objects as a whole with a mass based on your power level. Make a coordination test to touch a moving or held object. Though you could be making it as a ranged thing. That's not a big deal. So, how much of the roof would be considered one piece? Because I imagine it'd be done in kind of slabs.
Could also have the burst quality on it.
Well, to do that, I'd have to, I think, to put qualities on it, you have to use a determination, don't you?
But it really depends on how the DM lets you put together a gadget or
That's fair.
or spell.
Do you have another determination point?
I do have a second determination point, yes.
If you use it, I'll let you do the burst
All right, so
to cover enough area.
All right, the burst being necessary. All right, I'll do that. But what level will be necessary for this to make sure I make the power at the correct level? If I can even make it strong enough to.
Well, concrete is a 5, where 3 is a brick.
So I will need to make it at a 5?
Well, you'll be rolling that power versus I'll be rolling the material strength of what you're trying to.
I gotcha.
That's probably how we'll do this one.
Then I will. I'll make it at a 4 then instead of a 3.
Okay. Let's see. Did you already roll, or we haven't done the roll yet?
I've not rolled yet.
Okay. All right. So the
I'm
number
gonna
you need to
use the-
beat is a 7.
Okay. I will use 1 point of my probability control to give me good luck.
Okay.
All right, and that's a 9. So it is made.
All right. You have successfully made it.
Level. Okay. And then I'll then immediately try to use it on the floor.
All right. Crap. Let's close the benchmark. I believe concrete was a 5. Concrete was a 5. So 8 is the number to beat here.
And I'll be rolling a
D6
rank
plus
4.
the 4.
A D6 plus 4. Which means I can still use my intellect roll since my intellect 4. And I'll use another point of good luck to try to get it to pass.
Alrighty.
It isn't tie. 8 and 8.
All right. So normally with transmutation, a tie means it doesn't do anything, but that's because usually you're rolling into dodge. You know, whatever your striking would be. Let's see. Oh no, that's transformation. I see. All right, I'm gonna say a tie does it, since it's not like an attack roll sort of setup. So all that concrete becomes paper. Now, you know, it's really thick paper because this is the thickness of the concrete. But it, you know, under the weight of that device, it immediately starts giving way. One side snaps first, so the device, rather than drop straight down, starts tilting and dropping. Prometheus is basically screaming, "What are you doing? This is going to throw the calibration off." And it falls over the satellite dish looking thing, catches on part of on the next, you know, basically the next slab of concrete over from the one you transmute it. And it turns and bends, but does not snap off. Prometheus goes falling down into the floor, you know, below him.
Yeah. As I hold the slapdashedly made contraption I don't have a name for of multiple parts of things together. I guess, like, impatience is contagious.
You're pretty sure you hear Prometheus use some profanity, which, you know, prior to that, he's been very Very, gentlemanly spoken. Let's see. That's you on a 7. The commander goes running past you towards the hole. We have to make sure this thing's destroyed. And with this chaos, I was really hoping to get through it all today, but I think we're going to have to go one more session. So I think this is a good.
We still have to take on.
Yeah, there's a little more coming. Yeah. So, but this is a nice dramatic moment to stop at. So hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it. Hope anybody that came by and checked us out enjoyed it. Other than this spammer offering me AI views that I did not notice till now, but that's all right. He has been deleted. But anyway, hope the rest of you will show up. We'll come back in 2 weeks when we wrap this bad boy up. Again, I was your GM for the day, Jason, and with me has been Marigold as the Boogeyman.
Thank you for joining us.
Curtis as the Influencer.
Laters.
Mike as Whippet.
Good day.
And Taylor as Skater Boy.
See you.
We will see y'all next time.